Hi guys, what's going on? It's JB here with another episode of this Burnley career mode, and we've got 3 games coming up. We've got Olympiacos coming up, Spurs and Crystal Palace, but it's to Europe we go, and to the Olympiacos game. Can we get 18 points out of 18? Let's get to the turf and fight.
Only one man carrying a yellow card at the moment. That's centre-back James Tarkowski. But Dolberg and Barnes have been a revelation in this competition. Certainly Kasper Dolberg. But actually Barnes has chipped in with some terrific goals against AC Milan over the 2 matches there. And here at the San Siro and here at Turf Moor as well. So a chance really to warm up for the last 32 when that reconvenes in February. Sub-star against the Olympiacos side as Daniel Prudence, who can be really good. Fortunatus for the former Nottingham Forest man, is in there. Cisse the centre back and Guerrero the front man. Prudence and Fetafatsidis are the 2 wingers that could cause Burnley 1 or 2 problems. As I say, the Greek side with just 1 point in their name this season. Now, another packed house at Turf Moor, hoping for another magical European masterclass from the Clarets. And the Clarets get us underway, attacking the goal to our right. Need I tell you, in claret and blue. Olympiacos in the white shirts, white shorts and red stockings. Here's Trippier. And the first free kick of the game, fouled by Daniel Prudence on Trippier, and Trippier looking for a little bit of retaliation, and the referee in the opening stages decided not to book Prudence. I felt that was a yellow card offence because he went behind him. It was a tackle from behind, and under FIFA laws that is a yellow card. But Burnley do have the free kick. Tarkowski to take, short to Loftus-Cheek, lining up the shots and over the top. Well, he got a hat-trick in the previous game, Kasper Dolberg, you may remember. Man in real hot form. Just a Tutis to take the goal kick. He's got a shot, in fact, to Cisse, Nacho, Abadulai, Fortunis, Gilham. Now Daniel Prudence, who should have really been booked. Kutris has not kept that in. Burnley throw. Trippier to Loftus-Cheek. Straight to Nacho here. Very cold winter's evening here in Lancashire. Nacho, Fortunis. The shot coming in, well fielded by Tom Heaton. Did really well there, the confident Burnley goalkeeper. Surprised he's not really got into the England side the way he's been playing this season. Here's Robbie Brady now at the other end. 2 claret and blue shirts in the middle. Gudmundsson was a third. 10 minutes gone. 0-0 here in this final Europa League game, and we'll also be keeping tabs on the other scoreline between AC Milan and Real Betis at the San Siro. That's the battle for second place. And we'll be keeping our tabs on that one, and we'll find out what the scores are, certainly at half time and at the aftermath of this game as well. But if there's any later scores, flash up on your screen, we will confirm it to you. Quarter of an hour gone. Nothing eventful so far in this dead rubber game as far as these 2 teams are concerned. Their fates have already been decided. Burnley already through with 2 games to spare, looking to go 6 wins out of a possible 6, and Olympiacos rock bottom. The shot comes in from Gudmundsson off the defender for a corner. Cut back inside, and it takes a deflection off the foot of the defender, and it's a corner. So Burnley have got the Greeks right where they want them. They won 3-0 Burnley, incidentally, in Athens in the second match of the 6 games. Looking to complete the double as the corner comes in, and a good header off the line. It might have been saved actually. Loftus-Cheek, I think, with the header. Here's Trippier to Taylor. Taylor doing really well. Loftus-Cheek, right foot, good save. Comes to Gudmundsson now. Trippier first time cross, flick on, Barnes was lurking, and a corner. And the Burnley fans appreciated the effort of the Burnley players, even though there's nothing but just 3 points of pride at stake tonight. As Burnley's fate's already been sealed of the last 32 place. They're going for the full maximum 18 points and 6 wins out of a possible 6. Gudmundsson across the face. It might have even gone out for a throw-in. And in actual fact he was offside, although that could be debated because there was a man on the near post that was certainly in the vicinity of play, so in essence he should have been allowed to play on. But alas, it went well wide of target anyway. Fortunis, Prudence, Guerrero, who's the main man up front for the Greeks tonight. This is Nacho to Prudence. Fantastic challenge, but he's got it back again. Nacho's shot, and now the ball favours Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Gudmundsson on the right, free to his left. If he can get his head up and get a cross in. Here's Dolberg across the face. He might drop. Brady was in, and it was hooked away by the Olympiacos defence. They're going for the kill here. They're going for this record. Loftus-Cheek, cross was blocked. Half an hour gone. Burnley knocking on the Greek door but can't find a way through it yet. Loftus-Cheek deflected, it will be a corner. Burnley really throwing the kitchen sink at it. As the shot hit the defender, hit him on the hip. Will be a corner. And then what can Gudmundsson do here from the far side of the field? It's a good corner. Loftus-Cheek! Very, very close. As you'll see to full effect from inside the goal. Just about a foot wide. Barnes trying to put off the goalkeeper's idea of going short, as most foreign sides and most foreign coaches tend for their players to play out from the back. Dolberg kept the ball well. Dolberg off the post and in. Magnificent. That was a brilliantly worked goal, well constructed, and it came down to persistence more than anything else from Kasper Dolberg. A right foot rasper that rifled in off the Greek post and sailed in. 1-0. Seven goals in the Europa League already this season. And with 35 minutes gone, 10 to the break, Burnley are in front and are on course for the 6 wins out of 6. And are showing the other potential Europa League candidates for the title how it's done. Shot comes in by Guerrero, well saved. Should be a little bit casual there against Prudence, who won the ball. In fact, it came off Trippier and it is a Greek throw. Guerrero stopped by Gudmundsson. Barnes doing well, good hold up play. Nice chest control. He's got Loftus-Cheek on his way. Gudmundsson is free on the right. And he's closing in on goal. Jaromir Gudmundsson off the crossbar. How unlucky could you get? Here's Brady. And cleared away. Still alive, Defoe. And now Loftus-Cheek! 2-0, Loftus-Cheek the scorer. And Burnley just didn't give up at all. A goal of sheer persistence by Ruben Loftus-Cheek. They hit the bar through Gudmundsson. Defoe just got it through. Goalkeeper hesitated. And Loftus-Cheek just smashed it in with sheer power. 2-0. Big moment for Ruben, that one. First goal in Europe this season. And Burnley have that 2-goal cushion they so badly needed on the stroke of half time. 4 added minutes. Where that came from, one only can't figure out because there's not been too many stoppages. The fourth official's adamant there's 4 minutes. We should really be going in at the break by now. Here's the shot coming in, deflected, and Tom Heaton's there. We've almost played the 4 minutes. And there goes the whistle. Well, Burnley showed why they were cut above everyone else in their Europa League group. Kasper Dolberg with the first with an exquisite 25-yard daisy cutter off the right-hand post and in. And then Ruben Loftus-Cheek smashing in from close range just on the stroke of the break. And Burnley lead at the break Olympiacos by 2-0. So away we go in the second half. No changes to report from either side. Well, there is Manos on for Guerrero. So Olympiacos did make a half-time substitution. They don't show you the actual substitution being made on the particular game. Burnley is certainly unchanged. Here's Dolberg. Here's Ashley Barnes. 3-0. Beautifully constructed, beautifully worked goal. And Ashley Barnes makes it 3. Brilliant. Straight from the kickoff. Dolberg with a beautifully weighted through ball. And Barnes with the trusty right foot hit it first time. And gives the goalkeeper not a prayer in the world. Beautifully worked goal. 49 gone. 3-0, and that's his third goal in Europe this season. And the man from Bath makes it 3-0. Ball in Bath. Played for his hometown club, then had a spell at Plymouth. Went on to Brighton. Signed for Burnley in 2014 for just £250,000. And what an investment he's been. So the Greeks have a throw in. They're 3-0 down. A little deflection falls for Ben Mee. Defoe turning on the style. Barnes can't figure that one through. Manos, the sub. Prudence off Trippier. Prudence will get a second bite. Here's Loftus-Cheek. Barnes. Fortunis is there. Taylor. Where fast is this? Fortunis. Nacho. Prudence on the far side. Cross back. A good header by Manos, but straight into the arms of Tom Heaton. Simple gabber really for the Burnley goalkeeper, really. You would say it was as simple as 1, 2, 3. The cross flips it. Again, Tom Heaton showing why his international class would catch into that ability. This proves why he's in the frame usually for England honours. And the message is why he's not had more than the England caps he's had already. Gudmundsson. Brady! Oh, unlucky. Lovely idea. And just couldn't finish it. So we see Ruben Loftus-Cheek is going to be replaced, as we see a graphic of him how he's been a handful for the defenders. With his 90s run. And Jack Cork, son of former Sheffield United and Wimbledon striker Allen, will come on. .25 minutes left to play. Burnley in cruise control now. There's no two ways about that. Here's Prudence, but Trippier wins it. Good ball as well, looking for Ashley Barnes. Held it up well. Cork. And through to Gudmundsson. He's onside. He's through on the goal. Johan Gudmundsson. and he knows he could have done better. Straight through, and in fact got a deflection. And the Greeks have made a change, which we'll tell you about in a second, because Burnley are about to make one themselves. Robbie Brady will come off, and Aaron Lennon will play on the left, although predominantly right-footed. And the other substitution just before, as we see the possession there, 51% Burnley, 49% the Greeks. Kamara replacing Nacho. Goodmanson with the corner, curled in. Dolberg in the end, miles wide. Goal kick. A crowd scene in the end, and no one else touched it. Just got up well, but like the necessary direction in the end, and wide it went. Remember, Real Betis are leading AC Milan at half time when I checked the half time scores. Cork. We'll find out who goes through alongside Burnley into the last 32 of the Europa League. Remember, they play an extra round, knockout round, than they do compared to the sister competition, the Champions League. It's tougher to win the Europa League in essence, rounds wise, than it is to win the Champions League. 13 to play this encounter, and we got in here by finishing 7th last season. The Sean Dyche. John Stutty has taken up the race since then, and he's doing a magnificent job, and the shot goes wide. And that's the first real opportunity that we've seen from the Greeks, really testing the goalkeeper here. Heaton had it coming anyway, as the Greek side make a change. Pardo comes on, and here come Burnley now, looking to finish with a real flourish. He'll be pleased with the evening's work. Dale Taylor looking to go forward then. Taylor's got it back. All around the corner from Barnes. Didn't come off. Lennon wins it. Oof, Dolberg a little bit hefty there in the challenge. Referee played on here with Pardo. Fortunis, 5 to go. 1-1. Now Taylor, Defoe. The Burnley fans are applauding the football that's been offered. That was a poor ball really from Stephen Defoe, not the best by his high standards. And as you can hear, Goodmanson has got Man of the Match award. And lucky not to really register on the score sheet. I'll get a chance here now on the right hand side, as Burnley look to finish this game with a flourish. Defoe again trying to volley it. 300 minutes at the end of the match, which has been an open and shut case. 3 goals, 3 points, 18 points out of a possible 18. And there it is, Burnley are there. The last 16, last 32 rather, beckons for them, and it was a comfortable victory. The Greeks go out of the competition with only 1 point to their name. Disappointment for them, but delight for Burnley. They've won all 6 of their group games and go through to the last 32, and we'll be looking forward to that draw with great relish, I'm sure, when they reconvene in early February. The final score then, Burnley 3, Olympiacos 0.
So there we are, we're fully qualified with 18 points, 6 wins out of 6. Milan have qualified in second place, edging out Betis by a couple of points. Olympiacos limping in last of all. Milan's draw with Betis enough to see them through. Now the next game we've got first against third as we take on Spurs at the new White Hart Lane, and what a game that turned out to be. Big game for the Clarets. Let's see how we got on down south.
The sides shaking hands before a real potential explosive game that might be in front of us. A crowd of around about 70,000. Let's have a look at the two teams with Spurs, Lloris in goal, Uribe, Alderweireld, Vertonghen and Danny Rose the left back. Dyer and Wanyama the two holding midfielders. Then further forward you've got Mora, Eriksson the attacking midfielder and Son on the left, and then that deadly hot shot Harry Kane up front. Burnley collect the same team that beat Olympiacos, Heaton in goals. Then it's Trippier, Tarkowski, me and Taylor across the back four. Gudmundsson, Loftus-Cheek, Defoe and Brady the midfield quartet. And those two up front who can cause so many problems. Barnes and Dolberg up front. The referee Stuart Atwell, and Spurs get us away. White shirts, dark shorts, dark blue shorts, white stockings. Burnley, claret and blue shirts, white shorts, white stockings. Burnley attacking the goal from left to right. Wanyama for Spurs. Dyer. Son into Eriksson. Back to Son again. In towards Kane, deflected, it will be a corner. Spurs making the ominous start here in the opening exchanges of the game. I'm going short this time. Oh, Lucas Moura just shook up Brady as if he wasn't existing, and Kane's header, which from Burnley's point of view might have just narrowly missed. Tom Heaton was scrambling for all he's worth. Just couldn't get there, and the ball agonisingly for Harry Kane goes past the post. And it wasn't much to spare, that's for sure. Header one. Just cheap looking for the second ball, but lost out this time. More Defoe winning it very, very well indeed. Dolberg couldn't get in behind the defenders that time. Here's Son, South Korean. Here he is again. When I want to with Rose into Kane. Eriksson. And the ball played in and Son's in there. Picked up this time from Tom Heaton. And just telling everybody in Clapham Road just to calm down and not panic. Barnes did really well because he looked second favourite there with the aerial challenge, but he did really well there. The big battering ram of centre forward for the Clarets. Barnes again. And Dolberg is in. Big chance this. Dolberg! 1-0! First shot a goal! And Burnley score! He's at it again. Kasper Dolberg. Barnes and Dolberg working in tandem. What a beautiful ball from Barnes, who will definitely get the assist for this. And a surefire left foot shot into the corner, and the travelling fans rejoice. 1-0. 17 minutes on the clock. Dolberg registered his 13th of the season, and Burnley go in the lead. A great moment there for Kasper Dolberg. And Spurs, who missed two guilty chances before that, have been punished and paid the ultimate price. Now Gudmundsson. Twisting and turning Rose which way, and now Brady! What a chance as well. Very difficult though to take that opportunity. It was a very acute angle in fairness to Robbie Brady. But Burnley now play with a sense of freedom and a sense of that the pressure's not really on them as much now they're in the lead. It's all on third place Spurs to try and find a way back into this. Wanyama for Spurs. Kane for Spurs. Back to Wanyama once again. Son on the turn. Defenders retreating. Wanyama again. Hit Ben Mee. Kane with a back header. Or forward header, I should say. Trying to chip the goalkeeper with a header. And that was nicely for Heaton, but Spurs have won it back straight away from the throw out. Kane again. Blocked by the defender. This time it was James Tarkowski. Man started his career not too down the road from Turf Moor at Oldham. 20 miles away from Burnley, Oldham. Ericsson with the corner. It's gone long this time. And good headers won there. Good start Burnley defending, but Barnes cheaply gives the ball away. Batonga to Dyer. Mora into Kane. Goal kick. He'll be approached again by Spurs, but the shot was just over the top from Harry. And a goal kick. Click on by Dolberg. Almost got it through there. Actually, Barnes was the one who nearly profited. Wanyama to Ericsson. Ball was right on his tail as he played that pass. Okay, well tackled there. About over half an hour gone. And here's Loftus-Cheek. You get Ashley Barnes on his way. He couldn't be found. Mora. I know 1-2 with Ericsson. Harry Kane getting involved. Kane again. Kane was fouled. Advantage is played by Stuart Atwell, the referee. Ericsson, Son, saved on the line by Heaton. And Burnley just about staying in the lead. Gummerson on the counter-attack. And Barnes is onside. Can he finish it? Off the bar. Didn't cross the line. Dolberg. Now Gummerson tries. Throws it. Cleared away by Urier. Oh, Burnley so close. Brady with a shot. Saved by Lloris. Oh, what great action from one end of the field to the other. And here comes Spurs now with Ericsson. This is some football match. It's almost like an FA Cup tie this as we go into the last couple of minutes of this Premier League encounter. Mee winning the header, corner to Tottenham. And Taylor might be booked for that earlier challenge before all them goalmouth incidents at either end on Harry Kane, and he has been booked. Spurs wanted more. Burnley are not happy as we see a replay of the yellow card being issued. It's a Tottenham corner. Taylor's got to watch his step now. Ericsson. Kane. Heaton at the near post, did really well. And now at the other end, Spurs have committed suicide. If Dolberg takes the chance, he has! Spurs committed too many men forward. And Burnley broke rapidly out of defence and make it 2-0. Spurs have only themselves to blame. They let Dolberg go, and when you let a player of Kasper Dolberg's quality get through, he punishes you just like that. 2-0 Burnley. Wonderful. 14 goals this season for the Dane, and Burnley go 2 clear. Unbelievable. And Spurs will feel disappointed and hard done by because they did make most of the running, but there goes the whistle. And there's boos all around the new White Hart Lane, but cheers for the Burnley fans away to my left. 4,000 of them are in dreamland here. The league leaders lead 2-0 at the break. Well, here we go again at White Hart Lane. The new White Hart Lane, of course. Burnley 2 up on 2 brilliant counter-attack goals, where Spurs committed defensive suicide a couple of times. Spurs have had chances, but have just been denied by efforts that have gone just wide of the post, or Tom Heaton's been forced into saves. No changes from either side as Trippier goes forward! And that would have been a picture goal. He's not afraid to hit one, Trippier. Would have been nice to get one against his old employers, but not to be. Well, the Spurs fans wanting more from their side. One can't blame them at this stage of proceedings. Here's Dolberg. Almost got through the Loftus cheat there. Ericsson for Spurs. The 4 for Burnley. Let's play the defence splitting pass. Here's Eric Dyer. Lucas Moura. Aurier. Ericsson. And the ball ushered back to Tom Heaton. Oh, kept some run around. That was brilliant. Here's Tarkowski. Still going, James Tarkowski. That's a nice ball towards Ashley Barnes. And the ball lifted in. Dolberg was one of 2 players waiting in the middle. He's on a hat-trick, of course. Kasper Dolberg, he got the 2 goals in the first half. Here's Son. Well, it's come to Kane. Ericsson beaten by Tarkowski. Oh, straight to Lucas Moura. Kane. Moura. Great save. Terrific save from Heaton, but he's giving it away. Now then, Kane. Offside. Oh, is it a free kick? Taylor's in trouble. Taylor's in trouble. He's already been booked. Oh, he's got away with it there, Taylor. There may have been a foul here. There was on Lucas Moura. Taylor's run a risk there. And Jack Cork's coming on for Burnley as Milinkovic-Savic comes on for Wanyama. But Charlie Taylor there, very, very close to being sent off. And I've got to say, I think it was a borderline one. Referee erred on the side of caution, is giving him a final warning. My goodness me. Ericsson over the free kick. Over the wall. Off the bar. And wide. Good strike from Ericsson. Through the wall and bounced off the angle of post and bar and behind for a goal kick. Oof, what a let off for Burnley. Well, it shows that Burnley are 2 up thanks to the goalkeeper more than anything else. Tom Heaton has made 7 top quality saves. Here he has been substituted for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Here's Trippier. Trippier shot! Great save. Hugo Lloris. He's not afraid to hit them. Oh God, he would have been a very unpopular figure in these parts if he had scored against his old employers. Gudmundsson's corner. Dolberg would get, was lurking. Taylor. Very lucky not to be booked again and sent off. I have to say, it did look a red card offence. I'm the most biased Burnley fan going. Heaton. Tarkowski. Trippier. Loftus Cheek. This is calm, cool pressure. Loftus Cheek only went up. Oh, unlucky. Hit the inside of the left hand post and came out again. How unlucky can you get? Here's Dyer. This game has toed and froed, but it looks as if it's going Burnley's way. That 100% record is certainly going to be intact. 8 wins out of a possible 8 if they win today. Here's Dolberg looking for the hat-trick. Has he got enough steam left in him? has to go back. That was a poor ball, but won by Barnes, who turns, charged away. Alderweireld gets it forward. Now then, Savic. Loftus-Cheek did really well. Gudmundsson is on his way, and so is Dolberg on his back for a hat-trick. Yes! It's a hat-trick for Kasper Dolberg, and the points go back up to Lancashire. Gudmundsson with a lovely weighted through ball, and there's Dolberg, and there's the bullseye. Wonderful finish, and what a way to complete a hat-trick. Meanwhile, Tom Davies is going to replace Ruben Loftus-Cheek as Dolberg completes his hat-trick and gets his 15th of the season. And it's been remarkable in more ways than one. 10 minutes to play. Spurs have been raided really because they've done most of the attacking. They forced Tommy to making a series of saves. He's made it 7 or 8 in the game, but as it's turned out, it's going the other way. Here's Dyer. Mora. Jack Stevens about to come on for Burnley as we see Lucas Moura flashed that one over Tom Heaton's crossbar. And Spurs have made a change themselves, which we'll tell you about in just a second or two. Confirmation of Jack Stevens coming on. Alderweireld was the man that came off, and Davinson Sanchez is on, incidentally for Tottenham. Well, the player down there, that was Jack Cork. He's back on his feet again, 5 minutes to go. Spurs will feel a little hard done by, when you look at it objectively. They did do most of the running but just couldn't finish. And one man, Kasper Dolberg, certainly did. And as a consequence, he's completed a hat-trick and has scored 15 goals all season long so far in the league. He's the best top shot I've seen in the Premier League for quite some time, probably since the emergence of Kane. As the shot comes in, and straight into the arms of Heaton, who makes a mistake, and Spurs have a goal back, gifted to Christian Eriksen. Well, it's very rare Tom Heaton makes a mistake, but he made one here. Meat and drink save, and then he threw out without due care and attention, and well, Eriksen said take that. Just nonchalantly slotted it in with his right foot with Heaton way out of his ground, and into the net it went. No more than consolation for Mauricio Pochettino's team, but I think they've deserved a goal on the balance of play. 5 goals clocked up for Eriksen in the league this season, and that probably makes the scoring a bit more respectable really, in terms of the way the game's gone, really, in terms of the way that it has gone, because Spurs have done most of the attacking. We're into 300 minutes of stoppage time, but Burnley are going to get the win for sure now. No clean sheet, but I think Spurs have deserved a goal at least. They might get another one here, because Lucas Moura is about to pull the trigger, and he's hit it over, and there goes the final whistle. Spurs are gutted, booed off the park, but Dolberg gets a standing ovation from the travelling Burnley supporters. A superb hat-trick, 2 in the first half, 1 in the second, admittedly from breakaway attacks. A mistake from Tommy Heaton led to Eriksen pouring a consolation back right at the end. But it's Dolberg's day, it's Burnley's day. They win 8 out of 8 away from home in the league this season, and it's finished here at White Hart Lane. Spurs 1, Burnley 3.
A marvellous win there for the Clarets that takes us 8 points clear at the top of the Premier League. Spurs stay third, so that's an important psychological boost. As I say, we're 8 points clear, and we've got one more game to come in a second or two. That's going to be again away from home at Selhurst Park, and Crystal Palace away. Remember, we placed them in the League Cup and we drew 0-0 but lost 3-0 on penalties. Can we get a little bit of revenge at Selhurst Park today? Now, because of time restrictions on the video, we can't bring you the two lineups quickly, but what we can tell you that we drew Marseille, the champions, in the Europa League as well. So we're going to join the game between Crystal Palace right from the kick-off as you see the draw. Can we get revenge? We join the match at the start of the kick-off.
So a couple of changes were necessary. This is where squad depth really comes into its own. As Brady turns, gets it away. Burnley in the all-white strip, by the way. Going for that 9th win in a row this season away from home. In the league. Burnley blip really was the draw here in the League Cup, which they subsequently lost Burnley on penalties after a 0-0 after 90 minutes. So Burnley will want to exact some revenge. Here's Dolberg! And he hits it into the Holmesdale Road stand. Hit that tremendously well. Remember, 15 goals this season and a hat-trick at the Tottenham White Hart Lane Stadium the other week, or the other day. Cold, wintry December night. It's a day where you have to put on your turtleneck, I suppose, and your scarf and your winter's coat and wrap up warm on a night like this. It's certainly cold in South London tonight. Soloff. Shop. Nail around the corner, but it's straight to Foden. Another deflection on the pass, but it finds Dolberg very favourably. Here's Trippier. That's a decent cross if Brady can be found, but he can't, and it's out for a throw. Brady's throw. Dolberg turning, but he loses possession. Townsend. Sacco. A good portion of Burnley fans that have made the midweek trip down to Selhurst. Look at Roy Hodgson, the Palace boss. It's Foden. Straight to Townsend, and on his day he's an absolute star. Kiwati to Wan-Bissaka. England right back in the making, and certainly of the future. Ayers cross, too close to Heaton. And Heaton putting Trippier in a spot of bother, but Trippier doing remarkably well. His passing ability was left to be desired as Tate wins it. Still Tate. Good play by the young lad. And he's turned me nicely there. And he's turned Foden nicely there. Mailer. Townsend. Palace having a little bit of possession there, which was confident for them. But here's that danger man, Kasper Dolberg, on the break. He's got Barnes to his right, but Dolberg might go himself. It's Kasper Dolberg. It's 1-0. As soon as he got the ball, he had one thing in his mind. Hit the bullseye and put Burnley in the lead. Good play. He was given a free shot practically, and with that trusty right foot did the rest. Hennessy never had a hope, and there's the goal number 16 this season for Kasper Dolberg. 22 minutes gone and Burnley in front. That'll silence the Palace Ultras in the Holmesdale Road end, that is for sure, as Palace restart the game. One goal down, Burnley in complete control of the game. Here's Trippier. The two Palace fans optimistically shouting for handball there. Here's Taylor. Still Taylor. Been allowed to run here. Palace defenders have backed off, and in the end Taylor's shot was charged down. It's a corner. Palace will be a little bit annoyed about that because they allowed the left back to run at them, Taylor. And Hennessy isn't too pleased either. As Gustafsson sends the corner in, Ben Mee was up. Stevens. Barnes. Foden! Well, Bill Foden. The shot in the end and he hit it over the bar. Schrupp. Surloff. Ayew. Swirloff. Then we got through to Townsend. Brady. Now Tate. Now Tate again. Ayew, Tate. And plenty of the ball. Swirloff. Side netted. It doesn't get any easier for Crystal Palace. A trip to the Etihad Stadium. Manchester City, their next opponents in a week on Saturday. Soloff. Now Tate. Palace playing some good stuff. 38 minutes gone. Here's Trippier. Here's Barnes and look at Dolberg. He's broken the offside track with considerable ease, but hits the crossbar. Well, maybe he's human after all, Kasper Dolberg. It's the angle of post and crossbar. To's chance with 5 minutes to go to really put Burnley further clear there. Didn't take the opportunity that was on offer to him. And it remains 1-0 to 1-0 to Burnley. Chiati going forward. This is Wan-Bissaka. Tate. And the effort from Melis too close to the goalkeeper Heaton, who made a good save. A minute to go before the stoppage time. We're now into the 3 minutes of stoppage time. And here's Tom Davis. The defence is split a little bit. It's Tom Davis for Burnley. Oh, he's dragged it wide. Big opportunity for the former Everton youngster to make it 2, but he's pulled the shot wide of the target. And it still hasn't dampened the enthusiasm of the Palace Ultras behind Wayne Hennessy's goal. TPFC being chanted in the Homestead Road end as Tate comes forward on the last counter here for Crystal Palace. Ball in there towards Ayer. The shot coming in and wide of the target, and that was the last act of a pretty good first half. Burnley could have had 2 goals conceivably. Palace have had their moments as well, especially Tate had some good runs on the ball, but Kasper Dolberg again showing everybody where the back of the net is. And here's 22nd minute goal divides the two teams. Half time, Palace 0, Burnley 1. There we go again in the second half. No one change for Palace at half time. Off comes Surloff and Wanyama comes on. No changes incidentally for Burnley, but that one change for Palace as I've just mentioned. Burnley attacking the goal to our right in all white. Taylor. The top of Gudmundsson's head that time. Here's Tate, who had some good moments on that left hand side in the first half. Tate again. And Wanyama's offside. The substitute denied his first touch, and a possible run through on Tom Heaton's goal. Time is run a little too soon. Jack Stevens with a free kick in for James Tarkowski today. Tarkowski has Said to Stutzy, I want a rest. He has played a lot of football, James, to be fair. And here's Tom Davis. Paul Drabber that hits the defender. Foden. Lost out though. Wanyama. Townsend. Here's young Tate again. Kiati. Can't thread the ball through. Stevens a little bit careless there. Here's Wanyama for Palace. Here's Ayew. Tate. Wanyama. Townsend. Wanyama! Oh, real danger there for Burnley. Well, this substitute looks a real player. Came close to leveling it up for Palace there. Palace in fact have made a second substitution. Kiati has gone off. Milivojevic, the club captain, is now entered the fray. 57 gone. Still 1-0 to the Clarets. Palace having the better of things so far in this second half. Milivojevic, Wan-Bissaka, Townsend. Wan-Bissaka again. Townsend had it taken away off his toes. Here's Robbie Brady. Oh, straight to Tate. A little bit brainless there by the Irishman, but it hasn't come to much. Here's Davis. There was a foul there, but Barnes has been allowed to go on. And he'll shoot, and he'll score! Just what Burnley needed. Ashley Barnes has done it again. Marvellous goal. Took the ball, played advantage from the initial foul, and then got forward and bang, into the net it went. Absolutely unstoppable from Ashley Barnes. And that's goal number 2 for Burnley, and them terrible twosome at it again. 63 gone. Barnes moves to 9 goals in the league this season. To add to the 3 he's got in the Europa League, that makes it a grand total of 12 in all competitions as we speak. And speaking of number 12s, off goes Robbie Brady, and Aaron Lennon comes on. Well, just when Palace thought they might have a sniff of getting back into the game, they've been caught with the sucker punch. Milivojevic through. Tom Eaton there. Here's Trippier. Easily out to Gudmundsson. Oh, straight to Dolberg. You don't want to be doing that. To be fair, Palace recovered very well. Foden. It's very difficult for people like Davis and Foden, who have not had a chance with the form of Defoe and Loftus-Cheek really to get a look in some of the games. This was a good workout for them tonight. Wanyama, who missed a glorious opportunity at 1-0 to get Palace back in the game. They're giving the ball away, and the Palace fans don't like that. And here's Lennon. Oh, Dolberg looked as if he was obstructed there by Sacco. Referees allowed him to get away with it. Paul Tierney. With a quarter of an hour to go, here's Stevens. And a decent game at the back for Burnley in place of the rested James Tarkowski. And here goes Johan Berg Gudmundsson off the bar. Lennon to knock it back in. Gudmundsson lurks. Headed away. Davis. Lovely close control. Right foot shot. Saved again by Hennessy. Offside against Dolberg. Jack Court's going to come on for Johan Berg Gudmundsson. Also Benteke will replace Ayew. So that's like for like. So Court will play on the unfamiliar right hand channel as we see that change now in progress. Off goes Gudmundsson. 12 minutes left to play there at Selhurst. Davis's header. Dolberg was offside anyway. Well, it's about 4 yards offside. Look at that. You just had an inkling there at that point, didn't you? Burnley cruising to victory now. And we'll go into the Christmas break in very good spirit. We'll go into the Christmas period rather with very good spirits, knowing that they're still going to be at least 8 points clear in the title race. And 100% record on the travels away, and it could get even better because here's Ashley Barnes put through to make it 3, and it's in off the goalkeeper. There's a new superhero in town. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Ashley Barnes. That's his 10th goal this season, and it's 3-0. But Hennessy could have stopped it. Here it is again, the ball through, and Barnes hits it straight at the keeper, who makes an absolute hash of it. Just look at that. Right through him and in. He won't be pleased about that. Well, the manager will. Burnley's won anyway. And Barnes does get his 10th goal this season, 13 in all competitions. 6 minutes to play. Job done. Well, Ashley Barnes, knowing where his bread's buttered, fist pumps the badge of Burnley with huge pride and huge dignity. And here's Tom Davies from the restart. Now Cork playing in that unfamiliar right hand side position. Here he is again. Barnes is looking for his hat-trick. Almost found him as well. Going to be 9 wins away from home in a row at the start of a season for Burnley. They've got to go to Arsenal on Saturday. Dolberg looking to let Barnes in for a hat-trick, but he can't be found. Townsend. It's been a marvellous, marvellous performance. Mayer. There goes the full-time whistle. Burnley go further ahead in their quest for greatness. 9 wins out of a possible 9 on their travels. It has just been remarkable. 2 goals for Ashley Barnes in the second half to add to a goal from Kasper Dolberg in the first. Palace had chances at 1-0 but just didn't take them, and Burnley as a result punished them to the full. Full time at Selhurst Park. Crystal Palace 0, Burnley 3. And revenge for the cup defeat earlier on in the season, so fantastic performance there. Crystal Palace stay 12th, and now we go well clear at the top of the Premier League. Another 3 points for us there, which really keeps us on course at the moment, and an unbeaten run in the league, which is quite superb. But we're on course of potentially emulating the Invincibles of 2004 for Arsenal in real life. Southampton, Newcastle and Cardiff are the bottom 3 at the moment. But that brings us to the end of our episode. The next episode is going to be a real cliffhanger. We're away at Arsenal and 2 home games over the Christmas New Year period. We've got Everton at Turf Moor and then West Ham again at Turf Moor. The Arsenal game is a full match, and I can also tell you that we're going to be doing edited highlights from the Everton game onwards. So stay tuned for that, because we're going to lower the video distance on that. But thank you very much for watching. Sorry it's been very, very heavily edited, but have a good time, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.